Hello, I'm Alexis Mitchell.
And I'm Brandon Emswether. This week we take a look at the final results of the presidential election.
We talk to equestrian students about the retirement of a popular professor.
And we catch up with the women's basketball team as they recap their first exhibition game. After months of deliberation and a contested race, voters across the United States elected Donald Trump to serve as the next president of the United States. Like millions of people across the country, UF students were actively engaged in the election process. Alexis Mitchell talked with some of them on Election Day.
Students across campus exercised their right to vote this past Tuesday, joining millions of others across the country who made their voices heard.
Well, I plan to vote locally.
So you got homework after this?
And it's right down the street from my house, so I can just basically walk there. And I think it's really important to vote, being a millennial and a woman voting this year, which I think is very exciting.
Community members and students voted at polling places like this one today, but in this historic election, UF students did a lot more than just cast their ballots.
Hours this past weekend, I put in 30 hours of volunteering for the Hillary. So it's literally, I put so much time in there. I kind of wanted to see a different aspect, the more critical and intricate aspect of the political process.
Starver worked to assist with provisional ballots, or those cast when a voter's eligibility is questioned. Starver says the opportunity to help with this specific part of the process revealed that for some, voting on Election Day isn't always pleasant.
And because I'm seeing that it's not really all just easy going. You fill out a form, cool, you come in. There are kinks in the system.
Despite having to deal with some disgruntled people, Starver says being at the polls on Election Day and canvassing for a candidate he's been behind since 5th grade was surreal.
And so this is it's so cool. It's like we're here. There's such a good chance. I don't know, it's just such a cool, I love democracy.
Some of the country's most trusted polls were put to the test during the presidential election this week. A few hours into Wednesday morning, Donald Trump had secured his spot in the White House by defeating Hillary Clinton in the 2016 election. Trump had also won the university's mock election a week prior. We went out on campus to ask millennials how they were feeling about the results, and they definitely had some mixed feelings.
I kind of feel betrayed by the country. He definitely had a lot of remarks during his election and campaign that were against a lot of minorities. It's kind of interesting to see that we're kind of going in a negative way. We're going backwards, I think, socially. We'll see how it goes. I'm really hurt. I don't know. I might move to another country, so we'll see.
I wasn't a big Trump supporter the whole way through. I looked at both sides most of the way, but towards the end I am confident that Trump's going to do a good job, and hopefully he'll bring the economy up in America back to where it was before.
Trump will not officially take office until January 20th, and only time will tell how he will do as Commander-in-Chief.
On October 4th, the city of Findlay put a ban on medical marijuana. The ban consists of a first-degree misdemeanor, and that is punishable for 6 months in jail with a $1,000 fine. At the November 1st meeting, the council made the ban 2 years long, and once that time is up, they will look at the medical marijuana decision again.
Steve Brown is a well-known figure in the equestrian program who has been here for 33 years. Now he has decided to finish his chapter here at UF. Leah Palm has more.
The University of Findlay's Western Equestrian Program wouldn't be what it is today without director Steve Brown.
It's kind of a dream job, really. There hasn't been a day that I didn't want to come to work. And I think it's because I enjoyed it so much.
That. We don't want that, right? All right, reverse.
After more than 33 years of dedication to the program, he recently announced his plans to retire at the end of this semester.
You can really tell when you're out here that he just has such a love for the students, and he really does love this program. And just by being around him and seeing that sort of character within a guy like him really just makes me want to be more like him.
The inspiration that he has given the students here has been by no accident. Steve makes it his job to connect with people.
That's the impact that I would like to have on the student, that they go about life with some energy. You know, and I think part of being successful is showing up, and I think that's important.
And showing up is not only something that Steve believes in, but it's also something that he does for the students every day.
Even though he's been here for 34 years, he's still out here every single morning, right at 7, right at 7:30. And he's wide awake and bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and ready to start the day. He does so much for the school, like behind the scenes, that nobody really knows about.
Except that people have noticed more than he's realized.
He will help you like through the end. He will bug you about, have you ridden that horse yet? Have you ridden that horse? I want to be there when you ride that horse. He's so patient, and he just makes everybody so relaxed when they're riding horses, and there's really no one that's going to fill those shoes.
Although he will be greatly missed, Steve Brown will leave behind a legacy that will last as he continues his exciting journey into the next chapter of his life.
It's been a good ride.
For UFTV, Leah Palm.
This past week, students had an opportunity to attend the Title IX Summit in Columbus, Ohio. The summit was to tell students about sexual assault on campuses. This allowed students who attend to bring back the information they received to pass on to their fellow peers. Ohio is the first state to hold this summit that included many colleges and universities across the state. Rachel Walter, the Assistant Dean of Students and part of the Title IX team for UF, attended the summit. Walter felt this event was beneficial to students to let them learn about sexual assault.
Since it is the month of November, there are many fun activities to do that raise awareness, like No Shade November, but there is a different activity that is being held on campus. It is called Nay No Rhino, which is a challenge to write an average 1,667 words a day to create a 50,000-word novel by the end of November. Lauren Conley, the online services librarian, is advising students to join the activity, but she plans to have a better turnout for years to come. If you're interested in this challenge, there are write-ins at the library or at the Cracked Pots Tea Shop every Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Coming up, we'll recap how some young people are protesting Trump's election and provide the highlights from Hillary's concession speech.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here.
Hi, do I have
But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up one finger if you're a man, women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Welcome back. This week, our new President of the United States was announced. Donald Trump will be our next Commander-in-Chief, and CNN posted that he won 289 electoral votes to Clinton's 218. After Trump's win, he talked to all of America, saying that he pledges to every citizen of our land that he will be the president for all Americans. CNN also posted that Trump is the first president to have no political background or experience in the military. Trump will be sworn into office January 20th, 2017.
Hillary Clinton came out November 9th to give her concession speech after falling to Donald Trump. From CNN, Clinton called Trump to congratulate him on his victory, but Clinton had a deeper message to her loyal followers. She discussed that the glass ceiling didn't fall, but it will at some point. Clinton also had a message for young girls across the country, saying, "To all the little girls who are watching this, never doubt that you are valuable and powerful and deserving of every chance and opportunity in the world to achieve your own dreams."
Across the globe, countries have come out to congratulate Donald Trump on his victory. Vladimir Putin was one to congratulate Trump, saying that he wants both of them to work together on global security.
After the election results, some high schools across the country have decided to protest. NBC reports Berkeley High School students began protesting, screaming, "Not our president." Other high schools have joined in with the protests.
Colin Kaepernick is back in the news again for his protest that he began during preseason by kneeling during the national anthem. Kaepernick came out saying that he did not vote because he is still fighting for equality and felt like voting was not necessary.
Coming up next, we'll take a look at the women's basketball team with their first exhibition game.
Why do I choose Union Bank? Convenience. At work, home, or out and about. I can check my balance from my smartphone, laptop, or tablet, and even deposit a check. I'll find convenient locations all across the region with a staff who cares, from my community, and a great network of ATMs. So there's always one close by. Visit theubank.com and see just how convenient your community bank is for you. Thank you, Omar. Member FDIC.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back. The University of Findlay men's and women's swim teams were in action for the past 2 weeks. The first meet was at Bellarmine University, and the next week they headed to Ohio Wesleyan University. Both men's and women's teams would fall. For the first meet, Janko Redmanovich led the men by winning the 1,000-yard freestyle, 500-yard freestyle, and the 200-yard butterfly. On the women's side, Amanda Steigel won the 100 and 200-yard freestyle and won the 400-yard relay. At Ohio Wesleyan, both the men and women won the 200-yard relay. Nick Cafton won both the 100 and 200-yard freestyle. Hannah Sinderholm would also win the 200-yard breaststroke.
Fall season is coming to an end and winter sports season is right around the corner. One of those teams beginning their season was the women's basketball team, who was in full swing this past Monday.
University of Findlay football team was in action this past Saturday for their last home game. Their opponent was the Northwood Timberwolves, and they would not have a chance to score throughout the game. The Oilers would cap off the game with a 28-13 win. Jason Moore and Chauncey Bridges both broke the 1,000-yard mark, and Reese Jarvis has 2,000 yards passing. The first time ever Findlay has had a rusher and a receiver go for 1,000 yards and a quarterback go over 2,000 yards. The Oilers' next opponent is Michigan Tech, who has a 4-5 record, where the Oilers have a 5-5 record. The Huskies have had some big games these past few weeks, and the Oilers are going to try to make sure that doesn't happen. The game will be played at 2 o'clock p.m. on Saturday and can be heard on 88.3 WLFC.
For more information on all of these stories, check out the Pulse website. I'm Alexis Mitchell.
And I'm Brandon Emsweller. Have a great weekend, UF.
Underwriting is to UFTV what advertising is to commercial television. By sharing our costs, organizations can satisfy their corporate and marketing objectives through an association with UFTV programming. Our underwriting team can design a program that is custom-made for you to reach your advertising goals on UF's media network, UFTV, The Pulse, or WLFC 88.3. To underwrite a program, contact UFTV at 419-434-5909.